Hi everyone, I'm Sanjukta Mukherjee, a Senior Solutions Architect at AWS. In November of 2024, Resource Control Policies was introduced, and in this video we will take a closer look at how it can be used as a managed control in AWS Control Tower. So the agenda we will cover is, first we'll start off by understanding what is Resource Control Policy. We'll then take a look at how it fits in with AWS Control Tower and do a quick console walkthrough. Towards the end, I'll show a demo to showcase the effect of RCP. So let's start by understanding what is Resource Control Policy. RCP is a new authorization policy type that can be used to centrally enforce controls over your resources across the entire AWS environment. Using RCPs, you can centrally set the maximum available permissions for your AWS resources as you scale. So you can create an RCP and attach it at the organization unit level or at the account level, and all relevant resources under it will inherit that policy. So similar to service control policies, RCPs won't be granting permission, but will define the maximum permission for your resources. At the time of this recording, RCPs support S3, STS, KMS, SQS, and Secrets Manager. Now let's take a look at RCPs as managed controls within AWS Control Tower. So a control is a high-level rule that provides ongoing governance for your entire AWS environment. Controls can be categorized according to their behavior, and their behavior can be preventive, detective, or proactive. Now behind the scenes, there is a way to implement each of these. So for example, if you're talking about detective controls behind the scenes, these are implemented using AWS config rules. When we're talking about proactive controls behind the scenes, they are implemented using CloudFormation hooks. Similarly, when we're talking about preventive controls behind the scenes, it can be implemented using service control policies, resource control policies, or declarative policies. Before this announcement of RCP, it was only SCPs that were being used for implementing preventive controls. But now it can be any of the three. It can be an SCP, a resource control policy, or a declarative policy. Now let's do a quick console walkthrough to see how it all ties together. So log into your AWS account and search for Control Tower or select Control Tower. Come to the All Controls under your Controls library. And over here, we will see the list of all the controls. We can see that there are 760 controls. We are interested in this column called as Behavior. You can see that these have been categorized as detective, proactive, and you'll see some preventive as well, such as this one. So let's filter out only the behavior that is preventive. All right, so we have filtered out the behavior which is preventive, and now we can see in the implementation column that it can be an SCP, it can be a declarative policy, or it can be an RCP as well. So now we will go ahead with our demo and enable an RCP and see how it takes effect. So we will look for this particular RCP, and what this does is it requires all objects that are uploaded into S3 bucket use the server-side encryption of AWS KMS. So it requires the SSE KMS encryption to be used. If a particular object is being uploaded without using a KMS key to encrypt it, the upload will not be successful. So we'll go ahead and enable this on an organization unit, and we'll then jump over to the child account and look at its effect. So we will go ahead and enable it in one of the organization units. And as you can see, the control has been enabled on a particular OU. Now let's jump to the child account, one of the child accounts in this OU, and take a look at this policy in effect. So I am in one of the child accounts belonging to that organization unit, and I'll go to S3. I already have a test bucket created for this. I will go ahead and upload an object, but the first time I'll do it without using a KMS key. It'll be using the default encryption key while this upload takes place. As you can see, the upload has not succeeded as expected, and this is because of the policy that we have enforced from the management account that every object to be uploaded requires to be encrypted by AWS KMS. Since we did not use the KMS key, this upload has failed. You can further go ahead and diagnose with Amazon Q. So now let's redo our steps, and this time we will use a KMS key. And I have pre-created a KMS key to be used for this demo. I'll go ahead and upload the same object, but this time I'm going to be using the key. I'll specify the encryption key. I will say that we require server-side encryption of AWS Key Management Service, and I'll choose it from my account. This is the key that I had created, S3-key. I'll choose that. And this time the upload was successful, as you can see. So this policy was attached one time at the organization unit level, and all the buckets in the various accounts within that organization unit will inherit that policy. So we do not have to create these resource policies and attach it to each and every S3 bucket. We just do it once, and all the resources, all the required resources will get affected by that policy. So this is where it helps in scaling. That brings us to the end of this demo and end of this video. Thank you for watching.